Are you self-employed? Don't think you need business insurance? Think again. Business insurance from Zensurance is a no-brainer for every business owner because it provides peace of mind. A lot can go wrong. A fire, stolen equipment, or an unhappy customer suing you. That's why you need insurance. Don't let the "I'm too small for this" mindset hold you back from protecting yourself. Zensurance provides customized business insurance policies starting at just $19 per month. Visit Zensurance.com today and buy your policy online in just a few minutes. Zensurance, mind your business.
Frequency Podcast Network. Stories that matter, podcasts that resonate.
The Taylor Swift Eras Tour was a global phenomenon.
Are you ready for it? Knew I was a robber, first time that he saw me, stealing hearts and...
Swift had 6 shows in Toronto, but not all fans were able to get tickets via Ticketmaster or at all.
The resale prices were enormous.
Some Swifties turned to third parties and ended up paying thousands of dollars for a chance to see the concert. So what happened to being able to get concert tickets at a reasonable price, even from a third party? I'm Phil Martino. On this episode of The Big Story, we're delving into ticket reselling in Canada and a petition that's urging provincial and federal governments to get involved in the regulation of ticket reselling. More than 13,000 people have signed a petition on change.org calling for the regulation of ticket reselling. It was started by Shannon Mckarney from Etobicoke, Ontario. She says for most Canadians, tickets to the Taylor Swift Eras Tour here at home were inaccessible, largely due to the unregulated resale market. According to Mckarney, thousands of tickets were immediately bought by resellers and offered up for profit on sites like StubHub, with prices exceeding face value by more than 1,000%.
Really, what I saw was a big consumer issue, and that is that Taylor Swift tickets in particular, but other concerts this happens with as well. There's a massive resale market, and there is absolutely no consumer protection. So, for example, there were Taylor Swift tickets that went on sale for $16. They're behind the stage. Resellers snapped those up, and they are now being sold. Currently, the lowest price for one of those is $876 on a $16 ticket. And that's not right. There should be consumer protections in place that keep this from happening, keep this kind of price gouging from affecting people.
Now, what was your experience? Were you trying to get tickets?
Yeah, I mean, okay, here's my experience. I actually got Taylor Swift tickets in Sweden because we had been trying to get them for any of the U.S. dates previously. Impossible to get them. The resale prices were enormous. And so my friends and I all got together talking and said, hey, you know what? When the international dates go on sale, maybe we should look at getting those. And so we put together, the bunch of us got together and we all got codes for international dates. And long story short, we ended up getting tickets in Sweden. And the entire trip to Sweden cost less than it would have cost for just to buy similar tickets for the concert in Toronto.
What is your petition calling for?
My petition is calling for regulation of ticket resales in Canada and in Ontario. And essentially, there had been some protections in place. In 2018, the previous government had put in place protections to say that there needed to be a cap on these resales, that the resellers needed to really give you their name and their contact information, and a few other things like that. That was all scrapped when the next government came in. And we'd like to have those kinds of protections reinstated in Ontario and ideally across Canada so that ticket gouging like this cannot happen.
Now, have you reached out to the province or to the federal government, or is that what you plan to do with your petition?
That is the intent. I mean, I could reach out individually, but just me alone was not going to get, just not going to get very far. My next step is to reach out to both the federal and provincial governments.
You're going to take your petition to them?
Yes, I am. Yeah. And there's another petition that's going around as well. One that is for the House of Commons directly, and that one has several thousand signatures. But I mean, there are many different ways to solve a problem and many different routes to get to the people who can solve it. So yeah, that is my next step is to take it to the government.
Francois-Philippe Champagne has been the federal Minister of Innovation, Science and Industry since 2021. We contacted his office and were told ticket resale lives within provincial jurisdiction. So we went to the province. 680's Queen's Park reporter Richard Southern asked Todd McCarthy, Minister of Public and Business Service Delivery and Procurement, about the regulation of ticket reselling.
I just ask you, there has been a petition. People are looking for more regulation of the ticket resale market. A lot of people had trouble getting their Taylor Swift tickets. The price went up. Is that something you're looking at, regulating the ticket resale market?
Well, we have the Consumer Protection Act that was passed last year, and the regulation-making phase is underway. That can be addressed in that phase, but we already have in place the Ticket Sales Act prohibition against ticket selling without being in possession, control, or power of the tickets.
It doesn't seem to be working because there's huge costs for these resale tickets and people are really getting caught.
It's already an offense to do exactly what you're talking about with a $10,000 fine and up to 2 years imprisonment. That's under the legislation. People need to bring these forward to law enforcement so the charges can be laid under the existing legislation.
Got it. So you're not planning anything new then?
Well, we're at the regulation-making phase under the Consumer Protection Act 2023, and we'll be looking at that issue to the extent that we need anything further. Absolutely. But I think the specific issue you're talking about is already possible to be addressed. It's already possible to address that under the existing Ticket Sales Act.
Okay.
And that should be directed to law enforcement.
We reached out to StubHub but received no comment from the ticket resale and exchange company. We also reached out to Ticketmaster, which did not participate in resale for the Eras Tour in North America. A spokesperson for Ticketmaster tells us in a statement, Ticketmaster works to put tickets on sale in accordance with the artist's terms, and we share fans' frustration when underground bot networks get in the way, resulting in resale prices for concerts that average 2 times or more the price set by artists. Ticketmaster leads the industry in protections, blocking billions of bots daily and creating tools like the fan-to-fan face value exchange, but we can't tackle a $13+ billion resale industry alone. The only way to remove that huge resale incentive is to cap concert resale prices. That's why we welcome conversations with the government to advance regulations that safeguard artists and fans. Shannon Mckarney isn't giving up.
Ideally, what I would want is protections in place that cap the prices on ticket resale. I mean, personally, I would like to see no markup permitted, but I know that there is a ticket resale industry within the province. So, but capping it somewhere so that even if it is at 50% over the face value, at least you can't market at, 500% of face value, which is what's happening with some of these tickets now. I'd also like to see more transparency on resale so that if somebody wants to resell tickets, that you actually can find out exactly who they are, so that if the, so that they need to produce the ticket when they've sold it to you, because it's happened a lot of the time already with Taylor Swift tickets. People thought they were being sold tickets and got nothing and were left with no tickets and no money.
Thanks to Shannon Mckarney for joining me on the Big Story podcast. Follow us on X at The Big Story, FPN, and leave your comments. You can also listen to The Big Story and other Frequency podcasts like The Roz and Mocha Show on our Seeker app. That's SEEKR. Thanks for listening.